Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled Planet X Objects Are Comets and Very Real. They Are Not Holograms. Now, recently, some claims have been made that the Planet X system objects, which I have been researching for some years, are holograms or holographic projections. This is clearly impossible, as these objects have been coming in as comets for thousands of years. And you may look at Article 368 entitled The Destroyer System, Planet X and the Oort Cloud. Halley's Comet was first observed in 239 BC, over 2,000 years ago. The comet is named after the astronomer Edmund Halley, who wrote a book entitled A Synopsis of Comets in 1705, in which he detailed the different appearances of the comet between 1337 and 1698 from historical records. And here is a photograph of Halley's Comet from 1910. As you can see, we still had our real sun in the sky then, so this could not have been a hologram. Now, there is reason to believe that the real sun has been replaced by a simulator or holographic projection, and that our skies are now being simulated, but this has not always been the case. Most of us remember seeing a perfectly circular yellow sun in the sky that did not burn our skin as this new fake sun does. The simulated sky is new and is in place because of the Planet X system objects' effect on the sun and the whole solar system. The real sun and real skies were there to be observed perhaps 20 or 20 years ago. It is hard to say now exactly when our real sky and real sun were replaced by a simulation of the real thing. It is not likely that the real sun shining would allow the sky simulation to work, and there is evidence that the sun started turning off for small amounts of time initially, as is observed in the SDO images. And you may look at Article 324 entitled Planet X Causes the Sun to be Darkened. It is logical that the sun turning off increased in both frequency and extent, and that in order to hide that observation from the Earth's population, simulators and sky holographic projectors were placed in the atmosphere, and that these were turned on whenever the sun turned off. Now, here is some drawings that were done by astronomers during the 1860 total solar eclipse. And it shows a progression of events. And what we see in the sun's corona is one of the Planet X objects. Clearly a solid object. It's not spherical. It looks oblong, egg-shaped. But it's definitely a solid object surrounded by a ring of plasma, which is separate from the sun. So this was possibly the first time that one of these objects were observed in the sun's corona. And this was during an eclipse, so the sun's corona could be observed at the time. So we know the real sun was being observed at the time from Earth in 1860. And one of these objects was observed there. Now, this seems to also have been the first time that a CME was observed, and that confirms other observations which suggest that these objects, these Planet X objects, cause CMEs. And you may look at Article 365 entitled Planet X, the cause behind CMEs. The real sun could still be observed from the Earth in 1860, and so could the Planet X object, which is shown in this diagram, clearly indicating that the simulation system is new, but the Planet X objects are not. They are real. So in conclusion, the real sun's illumination of our atmosphere has recently been replaced by a simulation system, but the objects that brought about the need for such a simulation system through the effect on the sun are very real and have been coming into the solar system for thousands of years. And those are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.